Hi, it's Kelly Clark from RDU. As the Terminal 1 construction continues, we're at the stage of construction where art installations are now being installed. And so when we were in the terminal today, we happened upon Gordon Huether, who is the artist for the Highwire Travelers art installation here. Gordon, we're really excited that you're here.
Me too.
You're overseeing the installation of your piece of artwork, which is entitled Highwire Travelers.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about how your relationship with RDU was started.
Actually, my relationship with RDU goes back almost 10 years, where we had shortlisted for, what do you call it, Terminal 2. Where I was one of 3 finalists, and you know, it's a tough business, you don't always win, so I lost that one. And it's just really nice to have a second bite of the apple. So when the RFP came out for Terminal 1, of course I responded with 10 images and a letter of interest and all that, and I was chosen as 3 finalists, I believe, out of maybe 200 artists that submitted.
Right.
And then so the 3 artists were flown out here for an orientation, and then after the orientation all the artists went home and came back with their best shot and proposed their concept to the I don't know what you would call it, the committee, the selection committee, that's what it was.
And so you presented a concept, and then as this space was defined, the concept kind of changed.
It morphed. The original concept was called air travel. And it was all these transparent suitcases suspended in the space and all of that, and then it morphed into about 4 other iterations, concepts. It really became a nice collaboration with the RDU team.
Okay. So tell me about the parameters that you had to work in with this piece of art.
Oh, they're very challenging parameters. So the committee said you can't put anything on the floor, can't hang anything from the ceilings, and you can't hang anything on the walls.
Right.
So that doesn't really leave you much but air. So it is air travel. So what I've learned as an artist is sometimes the stricter the parameters, the harder it is, and the larger the challenges are, it kind of brings out a creative solution that you would not have come up with otherwise. So it really is cool, actually.
And so we've ended up with Highwire Travelers.
That's right.
Which is a collection of
7 characters.
Okay.
And the leader of your RDU team, Dave Powell, made sure that that we were aware that in these days that we live in, we're a lot more culturally enlightened, and not everybody looks the same. And so we wanted to make sure that we had a certain ethnic diversity. And so we have Warren, who's up over there, standing up there on the windowsill, and African American, who's a drummer. He's a friend of my project manager. And we have Brian with the backpack up there, and Brian's Asian. And Brian does Darcy Sue's nails, who's my girlfriend, who's sitting right there. And then we have Ivory, who's African American and Native American, and she's the wife of my favorite bartender. And then we have Christina way in the back reading a book, and she's part of my public art team actually in the studio. And then there's my daughter, who's going to be on a high wire over on that end. And then of course the cameo appearance of the artist's self-portrait will be right up here where that lift is. So when you're coming through security, you are greeted by me. Yeah. Lucky you.
Well, we love this piece of art. It's
Thank
whimsical,
you.
it's fun.
It's engaging, totally.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, it's my pleasure.
For the contribution that you've made to Terminal 1 at RDU.
Well, I want to thank RDU for the opportunity. It's good to be back and for real this time.
So when you're traveling through Terminal 1 and you have to pick up your bags, make sure you look up. You will be surprised at what you see overhead.